Welcome to the Marketing Corner, hosted by Shawn Campbell, and we are thrilled to have you with us today. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned small business owner, or a marketing pro looking to sharpen your skills, you're in the right place. We're all about bringing you the latest insights, strategies, and real-world advice to help you thrive in today's competitive market. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. Here's your host, Shawn Campbell.
And good Saturday afternoon, Tucson, Arizona. You're listening to the Marketing Corner with your host, Shawn Campbell. And we have a huge show today. Co-host David Bradley. How you doing, David?
I'm doing great. How you doing? Glad
you
to be here.
You bring in the, well, don't tell the other sponsors, but you bring in the best of the best, dude.
I try, man. I try.
What's wrong with that? You got a little sexy voice going on. What's this?
That was all the talking during the enrollment period, man. I'm surprised I have my voice.
You got your professional voice on. I'm like, who the heck are we talking to?
What time is it?
My name's David Bradley, and I want to sign you
How you doing?
here. How you doing? Get rid of that, David. I don't want to hear that.
I'll work on it.
Special guests today from
Plural.
We're talking about the Arizona Bowl today and the impact it has on our community and what small businesses can do to take advantage of the influx of visitors we're going to have that last week of this month. Because frankly, I think we missed the boat a little bit. I think we kind of missed the boat a little bit. So special guest Eric Spitzer. How you doing, Eric?
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. That was a little bit too professional as well.
Sorry.
You and David I don't know who you guys are. And
Give us a few minutes.
and Jeff Witthoft.
And
Jeff, we're honored to have you here, Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing today?
Very, very good. How you doing?
So Jeff was one of the founders of the Bowl back in 2000.
No, we're going to go all the way back to 95.
95.
When you were 12?
Back in that day.
Yeah,
I was
when
one
he
of the
was 12.
originals there.
Yeah.
But the founder aspect of his, for the new Bowl, no, it was Ali Farhang. It was the one for the Arizona Bowl who came back in. And to answer your question, what time is it? As I'm going to quote him, it's game time.
It's game time. It's game time.
It is.
If I've learned anything from Ali back in the day, it's that stuff. So
give us a little bit of a history of the Bowl, Jeff, and how it's developed into what it is today.
The Arizona Bowl is, as you guys know, it's one of the only ones that's a full-on give back to the community, nonprofit. And that has been the goal since day one of the Bowl aspect of it. How do we get back to the community? And how do we be involved in the community? Tucson's been a sports town for many years. We go back to 95 when we had the Copper Bowl, and then we had the Inside.com Bowl. Then we had baseball. We had those things. But we've done it very well. Everyone takes it away from us. So I think the part when Ollie and the guys got together to come back and start this one up, it's kind of how do we get this stuff going again? You know, he's got other ventures with other sports teams here in town, and the Bowl is just a venue to give to the community. It's a community involvement, and that's what we're trying to do. The Arizona Bowl wants to be the community's, right hand and straight through for audiences, and to come in and create a quality product.
Yeah. And Eric, is it just the Bowl happening that week, or do we have other events going on?
Oh, we got a lot of other events going on around that bowl game. So we have the National Youth Football Championship is going to be in Tucson during that week. So the 27th, they come in, 28 teams from all over the country.
Why are they coming into town?
Snoop Dogg's got a connection.
Waiting for that to come up.
We almost went 4 minutes while saying Snoop. Come on, guys. Come on.
Snoop Double G. So he's, he's got a good connection with youth football. He's a huge youth football supporter and has his own league in LA and has had it for many, many years. And through his connections, he's convinced them to come and play in Tucson around the bowl game. So we're going to have 28 teams in here on the 27th. They're going to play on the 28th in the morning, come to our game. And then they got Championship Sunday at the University of Arizona Stadium.
I think Snoop's got one of the best youth football teams in the country as well, his own team.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He gives those youth guys. It's awesome. And some of the guys he's played with in that part. My son plays football, and he used to play in the Mountain West, and he's seen some of the players. Some of his players have actually played on his team.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so talking to Connor about it, it's kind of like, it's the real thing. I mean, he is in it. He's in for coaching. He's in for all that stuff. So, and his passion. I mean, just his set back, kind of relaxed aspect of it. But his ability to give to the youth and bring that in and really, designate into it, I think, especially taking the NIL stuff and being the first one to come in with that's huge. I mean, giving to the players and really being an advocate of the players. That's a big thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about it, Tucson. You have the only bowl in the country where 100% of the proceeds goes back to local nonprofits and charities. We're the first bowl to be sponsored by an adult beverage, right? And what Jeff, you just said, we're the first bowl to actually where there's NIL money going back to the players.
Yeah.
Right here in Tucson.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You look what we've done.
Yeah.
We have broken the mold on every single thing
Absolutely.
going forward.
Absolutely.
I mean, being involved in other bowl games and being involved in other things and being on the other side of it, I used to work for Miller Brewing Company back in the day, and my job was sports marketing.
Wow.
And, to get our brand in front of the audience was hard. I mean, we had to do sharps. We did other things of beating around the bush for NCAA and stuff. And just what the Arizona Bowl did with the power of Snoop and these guys bringing in the gin and juice into it. And, that's just huge. That's just breaking down barriers and really setting trendsetters. And that's what the Arizona Bowl is. I mean, recognition-wise, I think it should get some more recognition. You're kind of saying we're kind of behind the ball and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think the recognition out there should be high. We should be on the front page and everything. I mean, you got the number one marketing face right now out there.
Absolutely.
In the world.
Arguably
in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Olympic mascot.
Yeah, I mean, the Olympics already want them back. Why not?
Yeah.
Arizona Bowl, we want them back. We want them here. That part. So
this year's going to be epic. I mean, the bowl's always been here, but the popularity, the notoriety, and the recognition, I can't wait.
One thing we all have in common, Eric, how long have you been a Blue Blazer?
6 years.
6 years. I'm 4. Jeff, forever, right?
Yeah, I'm still a baby.
This is David's.
The first year,
don't you feel proud to be part of this group?
Oh, absolutely.
Phenomenal people.
Absolutely.
We're the volunteer arm of the bowl, right? There's 100 of us, and we go out and we help out in all the various aspects of the events going on that week.
Yeah, the Blue Blazers, we are everywhere. We are all over town, restaurants, and, with the helmet. If you can find the helmet, then there's some free tickets attached to it. So
the 4th Avenue Street Fair down there this weekend.
We're on the 4th Avenue Street Fair. We're going to be at the Parade of Lights tonight, right in front of Santa.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we're at the Tour de Tucson.
We were at the Tour de Tucson. Yeah, big support.
There. Yeah, so what we do, there's so many different aspects of what our group does. And, like I said, I'm very proud to be a part of the Blue Blazers. So, and, under your guys, Jeff and Eric's leadership, it's fun. By the end of the month, though, we're going to be exhausted, David.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm feeling a little
but
bit
it's going to be so
it's
rewarding knowing that we have that little small impact and how much it's going to give back to our community. It's
and all the events have been amazing. The bowl selection event.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. I've
Rumor
never been to one of
Rumor
those.
has it I was a little hungover, so I didn't stay for the whole thing. I went home, took a nap.
It took a couple of days after that day. I was like back to normal.
Yeah. Eric, with one of the things that you got me involved in from day one was the tailgate.
Yeah. So hopefully all of you out there are coming to the bowl game, but to start that off the right way, you got to come to the tailgate. It
starts at 10.
Starts at 10 o'clock. We're talking food trucks. Gin and Juice, one of our sponsors, is going to build a house on the mall to support Gin and Juice. Have a little patio home out there. Have a little extra. We got a community village with over 100 nonprofits that are going to be out there.
Yeah.
We have a kids zone.
Dude, you know what would be a good idea is auction off that house. Fundraiser.
All right, Eric.
Make it happen.
I'll think about that.
That'd be kind of cool, man.
Yeah. So even if you're not a football fan, a sports fan, whatever, you got to get out to that tailgating event.
It's free.
Last year, it's free. Last year we had Wyoming and Toledo, and it was a blast.
Yeah, over 17,000 people out on the University of Arizona Mall.
Yeah.
Well, what are you guessing this year? 35, 40?
We got to push that number. We got to push that number out.
Minimum double. And you'll be out there, David, with me.
6 a.m.
It's such an adrenaline rush being in the middle of that crowd and seeing everybody just happy and having a good time. And
I remember seeing the photos and videos from last year's bowl game.
Yeah.
The tailgate.
Yeah. we've got about 1 more minute left in this first quarter, but in the second segment, we're going to talk about the schools that are coming in. Mm-hmm. And I want to get into, it's not just the players and the coaches that are coming into town. Believe it or not, they got friends, family, alumni, and there's going to be a ton of people in town. So after this break right here, get in the second break, we're going to talk a little bit about how our community can embrace our visitors that last week, and maybe what small businesses can do to take advantage of that extra money that's going to be floating around in the Tucson community and grab some for themselves. So you are listening to The Marketing Corner. I'm your host, Shawn Campbell. We'll be back in a few minutes. We are back with The Marketing Corner, the topic of discussion today with Jeff, Eric, and co-host David Bradley, the Arizona Bowl. Jeff, who are the teams that are coming into town to play this year's bowl?
We're going to be having
Colorado
State and
Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio from
Ohio.
the
Yeah,
say
you know what? Let's get that out there right now, because when we saw the promotion for that, I emailed, I think you and Ben about it. I'm like, we should have the little in parentheses Ohio, because it looks like Colorado State. The Hurricanes. It's a little misleading, right? So anybody that sees that on social media or anywhere, that's Miami of Ohio, not Miami Hurricane.
Who would have thought Miami and Ohio?
But Miami, Ohio is a phenomenal team, right? We got 2 great teams, 2 great programs coming in. We're very blessed to have these schools coming in.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's Miami of Ohio, just everybody. It's not the Hurricane.
Well, because we were sitting around at Thanksgiving, and my family was asking, or got friends asking, so who's going to be it? You guys already know. We don't know. I mean, it comes down to the last part of it. Yeah. And they were going through, and we had to have our little things. We fill out our little vouchers. Who do we think's going to be? That kind of stuff. And one of my friends says, I said Miami's going to be there, and I'm following the same thing you do. It's Miami, Ohio. And it's like, wait, Miami's going to be here? No. You don't listen to those rumors. Yeah. But Colorado State, that's an awesome program.
I know. They were here, 4 or 5 years ago?
I think the first bowl game.
The first bowl game, yeah. Phenomenal crowd. They're probably a lot like the Wyoming crowd that was here last year. They were fun. They were fun.
They travel real well. I mean, they bring the people in that process, so that's really cool.
Yeah, so we know Colorado State's going to travel well. If Miami travels well.
Miami is, they're planning on bringing a lot of people. They're very excited to get out of the snow.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't?
Right.
So what does that mean for our community, Eric?
This is a great opportunity for the whole entire community to brace our bowl game and to brace the fans that are coming. I mean, there's going to be fans that they're going to want to go and visit everything they can while they're here, especially enjoying the weather. We're supposed to have great weather. So they're going to want to get out, go to the restaurants, hit bars continuously. These are 2 teams that bring a lot of fans that love to enjoy themselves while they're traveling, have a good time. And, this is a great opportunity to promote your restaurants, your drinking establishments, the attractions that are all around Tucson. This is wonderful, and it's going to be busy because we also have all those other teams. And
Jeff and David, I want you guys to chime in too, but I've said this for the last couple of years, that I'm a bar or a restaurant or
you got to be ready
somewhere in hospitality. I'm running Facebook ads to, narrowing down to where's Colorado State exactly in Colorado? What's Colorado Springs, I think?
Colorado Springs outside.
Yeah. I'm running Facebook ads to let them know I got a Colorado State Ram burger just for you for $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as something where you should be doing that, and wear your Colorado gear, come in, and you got a burger on $4 or $5 or whatever. You know what I mean? So bring people into your establishments. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are going to be in this town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as a restaurant owner. From that standpoint, last year we had people come all the way out, and we're in the far sides, Tankerville and Tankerville Loop. Yeah. But we still have people coming out because they go up to Reddington Pass. They go up in that area. They go out to Sonora National Monument. They go out to Colossal Cave, and they're running around. And that's just the stuff that Tucson has to offer. And not only just the restaurants, but you've got these cool little small boutique stores that have little things and stuff like that. And, T-shirts people. We have a lot of cool local businesses that, step up. And, you're right. I just listened to you here. You're brainstorming. Hey, let's make up a burger special. I'm going to have a chef do that. I'm going to have a chef make a special.
Real quick, David, before I get to you, If you haven't been to the Barnyard yet, there's no restaurant like this in Tucson.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's ridiculous. It's
awesome.
Beautiful. You and I have sat and talked about your place a few times.
Your chef's a buddy of mine.
It is
He's just a good guy.
ridiculous. You need to take the trip out east.
Go
visit the Barnyard. There's nowhere else in Tucson closely remotely like the Barnyard.
It's kind of funny because AJ and I go back even before I even hired him. I go to California a lot, hang out in Carlsbad, and he had the whole restaurant down there, Tower 13 and that stuff, and he used to go eat there and drink there, and it's this little quaint little local place to go hang out by the beach.
Yeah,
and,
he was in San Diego for a while, right?
Yeah. No, and but I'm a fish snob. So the first person I had to find is who can cook fish and bring it in right. And so obviously his interview started off for, you do an hour interview. His interview was basically 6.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
We walked around and I asked him in the kitchen, how would you change things around and that kind of stuff. And he comes back and says, yeah, I'd like to work here, but you have to change all the stuff. I said, well, come back tomorrow. I had the guys come in that night, the night crew come in, and we rebuilt the whole kitchen the way he wanted it the next day.
And are you still the only restaurant in town that actually flies your fish in the same day?
Well, we flew our fish in because we had a problem with the supplier aspect of it. We do that stuff, but our fish does come in now up to Phoenix and it's brought down. So we are fresh. I do not. There's no. Our freezer's half the size of this room right now. It's only got fries and ice cream. Everything else is just fresh.
That's awesome. Nice. Any advice that you would give, because you've been working for yourself since you and I have known each other?
I'd say be prepared, over the years, I think, we all can relate to this as far as how service has been. It went from here to here, and everything's COVID, but be ready,
It's just be prepared for it, because you're going to get, it's Tucson. Tucson's known for the last minute. Last minute ticket sales, last minute this. We all walk in because we like to do things last minute. But as businesses, we have to be ready to go. Like we got friends, Garrett, who's got Frog downtown. Down by the U of A. He's got staff in there. He's got the back room already ready to go. And for the people coming in, they want to walk around the U of A, see the campus, see stuff like that. Ray's got his stuff going on in that part. Ray's a good friend. So there are the local restaurants here are all geared, and especially down in the Arizona U of A area in that part. The outside ones, hey, we're a destination, but we still have to be just as ready as anybody else. And be taking your advice, put out on Facebook, prompt it to come out here, because we have elements of people that up to Mount Lemmon. I mean, you talk about something that's changed up there. To have them take a trip up there, go see Mount Lemmon up there, and that's they want to get out of the cold, but but it's awesome.
And do you own a transportation company, Eric, that could help out with that? I got to give you your time. Go ahead.
Top Shelf Transportation. We are there to help shuttle everybody for special events, date nights, sporting events, quinceañeras, weddings, wine tours down south. I mean, if you want to come in and go have some adult beverages on a wine tour, there's some incredible places down in Wilcox, Sonoyta. You can have a great afternoon down there.
Even if you want to book a trip up to Phoenix and back, he does that.
But we do that too. Absolutely.
With beverages.
If you're listening, out there, if you're listening, you have a question for any of us here, 520-790-2040, 520-790-2040. Give us a call if you have any questions about the bowl or what we do. And maybe you're a small business owner and you want us to kind of brainstorm about some ideas, And another thing I was going to say is, if you do, let's say a restaurant does run ads, and this is something that we talked about last week on the show, make sure all your staff knows what you're doing. You're investing time, money, and resources. The worst thing that could happen is the bartender.
What are you talking about?
The bartender's like, what? A $5 burger? We haven't had a $5 burger since '82. The staff needs to know if you're going to put in the time, resources, and your money into bringing people in. Take some time so your staff knows when they see it, what a Colorado State hat looks like, or their colors, or Miami, Ohio. Like, oh, okay, it's showtime. They're coming in, VIP treatment, So, speaking of VIP,
there we go.
Doesn't the tailgate? There's a few VIP tents out there this year.
The tailgate's gonna have some definite VIP tents. Each school's gonna have a tent. The Arizona Bowl's gonna have a VIP tent. We have a lot of different sponsors out there that are gonna have their own tents. I mean, the tailgate is off the hook.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
You know, we're going to have a cornhole tournament going on.
Yeah.
You can enter. You just walk up and you can enter and play cornhole while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, real good stuff. We're
How
going
can
to have
I
a
play
DJ.
while I'm volunteering?
Yeah, DJ, some live music.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. One of the things I told the Baby Blues, because all the Baby Blues would be responsible for the tailgating, it's like you're going to be in the middle of 30,000 people this year. You're going to panic. You're going to freak out. And it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's like whatever we plan for that tailgate, it'll mostly happen kind of that way. But there's things that are going to,
expect the
different.
unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As long as everybody's having fun, we're all safe out there. Plenty of security if you're,
Plenty of security.
Plenty of security. And, so there's no reason why if you're in Tucson, Arizona on the 28th of December at 10 o'clock, get up, go out there, take your family, take your friends, have a great time. Even if you're not into football, not into sports, get out there and support the community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the game's going to be wonderful. I mean, it's at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The sun, bring your suntan lotion.
Do bring suntan lotion. Yes, please
Especially
do
if
that.
you're from Colorado or Miami.
Or you're
Yes.
suntan lotion.
red like I am.
We did that with Wyoming. They weren't kind of
know.
prepared for
I
that. And we
know.
were actually giving out suntan lotion for them. And they're like, why do we need this?
Right.
You know what's even nice this year, too, though? There's no conflict with the Arizona Wildcats being in the bowl game.
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad
Unfortunately.
for that.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, wasn't
Dave.
last year the
Appreciate
game
that.
was the bowl, their
Yeah,
bowl game
it
was
was
at
the
the
same
same
day.
time?
The same
same
day, I
day,
think.
same time or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and just
No, Arizona was the day before.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
same time with the day before.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the first one's we televised too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, so
Good point.
we've been
Good point.
streaming. I mean, I was with when we were doing the other brand back in the day.
Yeah.
Hitting them up in that bar. They did great coverage of it. But being streamed is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but getting back on TV and being on that process is huge for us. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be more. Hey, I can go to the bar if I can't get a ticket, which we hope we can't. You're sold out. Go down to the Frog and sit there and watch it and have it televised of it. You know, or down to any of the ones down there by that part. But it's just a good solid thing, and the tailgate's awesome. I mean, I've been. Was it 4 years ago? We had it outside of the concert. It was at a night game. It was freezing.
Right.
We might as well call it a snowstorm. Tucson had one. It was cold. We were all walking around going shivering, that kind of stuff. Then the game starts up. Is awesome.
Yeah. In these last 30 seconds of the segment, in the next segment, let's talk a little bit about what we know that Snoop may be involved in, because I get asked that every single day.
Is he performing at
Are you
going to
meet him? He's going to be here.
Yeah, so let's answer all the Snoop questions next segment. Get that out of the way.
That you know of. That we know of. That you can answer.
Well, I've been sworn to a lot
I
of
know we're going
secrecy
to call
stuff. I
from
don't
Kim
know.
at Air right now. It's like, no,
Don't be saying
Shut him down.
nothing.
Shut him down now.
Yeah, you are listening to the Marketing Corner, bottom of the hour. We'll be right back in a few minutes. We are back in the Marketing Corner. My name's Shawn Campbell, your host today, co-host David Bradley, Jeff Witthoft, and Eric. I always misstate your name. At least I know who's coming to town on the.
That is true. That's softball hitting the dirt. There you go, buddy.
Swing and a miss.
You had to throw that one in. Actually, I called myself out on that one. I'm
You
sitting
did,
going,
you did.
all of a sudden, he asked a question. I felt like I was back in high school. Like, oh, teacher.
7.
4.
So let's get all of the Snoop questions out of the way right now, Eric. Eric, it's up to you.
I will tell you right now, Snoop Dogg will be here in Tucson, Arizona for 3 days.
How cool is that?
It's going to be pretty awesome. He loves Tucson, from my understanding.
Find out where
and
he's
has been
staying.
here a couple times. I have no, I mean, that I don't know. I've been sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
But I know he'll be here. He's got a whole bunch of different events planned, and I know everybody wants a little piece of him. So, but knowing Snoop and after watching the Olympics, he could show up anywhere.
He'll be visible.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. And so to answer some of the questions I've been getting every day, no, I'm not going to meet him. And even if we do see him, we as Blue Blazers are not allowed to go up and get his autograph or get a picture or anything like that. So I hope that answers about 95% of the questions.
Right.
99.9.
Yeah. Is he going to be in the broadcast booth for the CW?
He will.
Yes,
So he is doing the play-by-play for the game.
Yeah.
Him and National Geographics. So he'll be doing that too. No, if you haven't seen that episode, it's wonderful to watch. But
Oh, Eric.
so just hit that out there. But no, he'll be in the broadcast booth, and we just found out that one of his team from The Voice, one of the singers is going to do the national anthem.
Oh,
from his team from The Voice. So there's a little
nice.
connection right there.
He tends to do. He's phenomenal at cross marketing all his brands and stuff.
Oh, by far.
You know, if you catch the T-Mobile commercial, the Arizona Bowl helmet's right there in the first, second and a half. And phenomenal marketer.
Well, look at one of his commercials. It's the fireplace one. You're just going to buy it because I'm on here.
Right.
Let's just call it out,
Let's call it like it is.
And you said globally. I mean, his marketing ability, his cross-marketing ability, just overall. He's just, everyone adores him. My wife even says, I want to give Snoop a hug. And it's like, all right, I won't. I won't be around him. But it's everyone just loves him. His personality, his kickback, his relaxation, that kind of stuff. It's just, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, so, you don't know where he's going to show up, but he will be around Tucson. He's going to be at the game.
Yeah.
He may show up at the tailgate from, there may be a little walkthrough. We don't know. Just throw that out there.
I think that's going to happen.
Little inside information there?
Yeah, maybe.
And Kim and Eric, if you're listening, it's 520-790-2040.
Or Eric Rose.
Yeah. But anybody out there, it's 520-790-2040 if you have any questions about the bowl. David, you asked a really good question, how somebody can get tickets.
Yeah.
So how can somebody
How
get
can
tickets?
someone get tickets?
Well, any of the Blue Blazers, we got our codes out there. Look
Yeah.
at our Facebooks, that part there. Any of our leads there.
Got to resend that out.
Yeah, that's one thing we definitely. But ticket booths, we got those. The bowl itself, go online.
Yeah.
That part.
Yep, the ArizonaBowl.com, and hit on tickets right there, and then you can decide where you want to sit in the stadium and hand
Kind of
pick
cool.
right now.
I actually could go down. You can go down and pick out what seat you want. I want aisle seats. I'm a big aisle guy, so I went down and picked it out. And I got the aisle seats, and it's kind of like, okay, I got them now locked up. On top of the ones we get complimentary, being a Blue Blazer. But I bought a couple more because I got the boys in town and taking them to the game, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's another thing. I've never been hit up for so many tickets in my life for anything.
Right.
So I think I owe close to 20 tickets out of there right now. Like, sure.
Well, I mean, for the for the companies that are out there that are looking for something to do for their employees,
great idea.
No sponsor.
Buying tickets for the bowl game is a great way. In fact, there's a package online that if you're doing over 75 tickets for an extra $500, you can have your own tent at our tailgate.
Wow.
And have your own little kind of tailgate party.
And the possibility of meeting.
David Bradley.
Eric.
I'll be out there
next.
Eric and I'll come in and say, how you guys doing?
But even more so for your employees, what about your best clients? Get some tickets for some of your best clients and host them out there, and it's another idea.
It's a great way to do it. I mean, the skyboxes are of it. There's a couple of skyboxes left. I know they're going really fast. That's a high item. But you can get, bring some of your favorite clients into the skyboxes and watch a great game and be part of go to the tailgate first. Got to push that tailgate.
And the tailgate's awesome. You just got to go.
Yeah. The food trucks, we're going to have at least 12 food trucks out there this year.
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
All different types of food.
Different types of food.
They've been battling it out. There's been a little food truck war.
Yeah.
How's that been going? Isn't that kind of cool?
That's pretty awesome.
And
I think they're coming down. So another great reason to go to the tailgate is to see the two food trucks battling it out to see who's going to win as the best food truck for the Arizona Bowl.
I want to give props to our buddy Wesley Source from the Tucson Tasty Show for coordinating on that.
I went to the last event. What was it, last week, I think it was? Or a week and a half ago at Harbottle.
Harbottle Brewery.
It was a nice little event. All the food trucks were there, live music. It was cold, but it was a good time.
Yeah, so definitely next year, if you are a food truck. I mean, last year the food trucks, they had a line 50 deep. Yeah. And nobody was upset. Nobody was worried about the wait or anything. The food trucks that we had out there did phenomenally well.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun, and we have everything from the sweets, little churro trucks to tacos to Chinese to barbecue.
One too, or cupcake one.
There's a donut one.
The donut one.
Yeah,
the donut one. I think they ran out of donuts last year.
Kansas, I think I ate a couple of those. Was out there.
Ton.
My buddy Drew from Drew's Dogs, some of the best snoring dogs in my opinion. So he was super busy last year too.
Yeah.
So
there was Willie's Phillies, like something like that. I think was it called. He's got great cheesesteak.
yeah,
Does he?
yeah. So the
I'm
food's
getting
gonna be
hungry
taken
now.
care of. Yeah, I know.
Just food alone is always good.
I think there's going to be beer out there.
Are we having beer this year?
I think there's going to be
Just-
some beer.
Well,
out
you know,
there.
I don't know about so much about the beer, but the
Yeah.
gin
I
and
think it's gonna be
juice.
gin and
Gin and juice. Yes.
Gin and juice. You got to come by the patio
Yeah.
home. Gin
Yeah.
and juice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's rumors that there's going to be hidden celebrities inside the house,
Ooh,
but I think Jeff's going to be one of them.
absolutely.
Throwing it out there.
yeah, right. I don't fit in a house. Better be a wide room.
You're on the patio, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, with a nice, cooler full of gin and juice. That's fine, me, my friend. I'll sit there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to do a dog house. Oh,
that's
not good. But
Last year for the Wyoming VIP, they had I think 3,000 people show up for that, but it was closer to 4,000 the way it
Right.
was stuffed in there. The day before, I'll go through their walkthrough and I'm chit chatting with them, make sure they got all the things that they need, the tables, the chairs, and everything. And I'm like, by the way, how is it that everybody from your school, all your alumni, how do you drink so much beer? Right?
They ran out.
Yeah.
They had to
Yeah.
have more brought in.
Yeah.
I mean,
not last year, the year before, right?
The year
year
before.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The year before.
Yeah.
You're right. Correction on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
But I
So-
mean, the last one I had was we had Wisconsin here for one of the Copper Bowl, and talk about people who can drink.
Right.
We bought by the pallet. They
Yeah.
brought in by the pallet
Yeah.
to drink. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. But Wyoming,
Yeah.
we got to shout out to Cody. I mean,
Well, here-
Cody kind of put that together. His
Yeah.
little tailgate,
Oh, yeah,
his little
yeah.
tailgate area, and that kind of stuff. I mean, Cody's
Yeah.
a Wyoming fan through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Ritchie with Creston.
Yeah,
Shades.
but here's
Yeah.
the reason why. The dude looks me straight in the eyes like, we're in Laramie. We're 3,000 feet high. So every beer up there is equal to 3 down here. Right? So we're not drunk.
Yeah.
It's just a difference in elevation.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. And right at 10 o'clock, right as soon as that tailgating event opened, mad
30,
dash.
40 deep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just hear cans.
Yeah, which is great. Ultimately, the moral of the story is all the proceeds for the sales, and we do make a lot of money off the beer. That's why I brought it
Right.
up. But proceeds go back to our local non-charities. So come out, have a few beers.
I mean, the
and
best thing about our bowl, again, to reiterate that, is that we do three things. Is we do everything goes into a grant.
Mhm.
A lot of our money goes into our grant and goes back to the community that way.
Yep.
We also have an extra yard for teachers, where teachers in Southern Arizona we are donating $1,000 to, over 20 of them this year, and then we have a heroes program, and that's one of our biggest things.
Yeah,
so
that's
first responders, military, police, firemen, nurses, teachers. We want to raise money to give them free tickets to get them into the bowl game because they deserve it.
Oh,
I mean,
or
they're on the
if
front lines
or
helping
someone
us.
even doesn't want to go to the game, they can buy a ticket for them.
Right.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they can donate just for the heroes
Yeah.
program.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're winding down this third segment, and we're coming back in our last segment here in a few minutes. You're listening to the Marketing Corner. We're back in the last segment of the Marketing Corner, and as always, I start the last segment by thanking John, our engineer. Can't do the show without you, John. Appreciate you. Bill Netherton from Professional Bartenders. He will be out there during the tailgating event, him and his crew. David Bradley, of course, who's in studio today, Medicare A to Z. Candace Eaton, Seaton Photography. Jamar Jordan, Tax Specialist. Roger LaFay Processing. Danny McPadden, phenomenal videographer, Last Bridge Media. Have you gotten with him yet?
I got to talk to him this week. It's on my agenda.
Yeah. Mark Weiss, Sales Performance Strategies. Juan J.D. Delgado, Roofs Are Hot. Did you know he's a new sponsor?
I think you told me about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, excited to have him on board. He's awesome. Jose Oliver, Awakening Minds. He's a leadership executive coach. Phenomenal dude. And, of course, my good buddy Mo Russo, executive and business coach, who I think, Mo's coming on next week with a gentleman out of California, Scott Gordon. So both of them are executive coaches. So looking forward to next week. Make sure you catch that at 11 o'clock, as always, next week on the Marketing Corner. Jeff, let's talk this last segment specifically about the process of where the funds go and, how does the Bowl and the Blue Blazers, what influence do we have on the local charities and nonprofits that receive all these proceeds?
we have a huge part of that. I mean, there are 6 committees that sit together, go through over 100 applications. We get tons of them, and we sit there and we go through and read the stories, and we go through where they're trying to go and where the money's going to go. And it's hard. I mean, we sit there and go, we want to give money to everybody.
Right.
We can cure that by, hey, let's get more money out there and get more donations, and how the bowl, successful the bowl as of that. But it's a great feeling. You guys have experienced a little bit of the Blue Blazers in that part, but the money given it to them, it's just so fulfilling. You're like, oh, we're helping this community, we're helping kids, we're helping adults, we're helping kids. It's not just in the sports aspect of it, it is in the medical aspect of Big Boys Big Girls Club. They get money that process, but we try to look at who else needs that, because there's always a comment coming into them. How can the bowl specifically help individuals get more money in their programs?
Yeah. How much was given this past year?
I'm going to have to refer to Eric on that. I can't remember exactly.
So the grants were $120,000 back to the community.
Wow.
Just the grant portion of it.
I think we were $20,000 over, because we all sat there going that part. So Kim found us some extra money, $20,000 somewhere else on that part. But but just to sit there, we all sit we're down in Ollie's conference room. We're all sitting there around in a circle, and we're all. I mean, it's literally. Everyone's in the room,
right?
And you're pleading not pleading your case, but pleading the case, saying, "Hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do." Each group, 6 of them, they pick 5, and you've got your own budget and how it's going to go.
Yeah.
There. Then the teachers thing. That is.
Right.
I think you got a little bit of that this year.
That is where it's at. That is just so much fun to walk into a school, and what's happened is we have all these teachers that are nominated throughout all of Southern Arizona, everywhere, all over the place. Yuma, Douglas, Nogales. I've been to Nogales a couple times, and Rio Rico, and just all different school districts and charter schools, and to walk in and knowing that you're going to change a teacher's day, make their day no matter what, and all their students by giving them $1,000 for the purpose of what they want to do for their classroom, education wise, is wonderful. And then you usually have the directors of the school or the superintendents of the school district show up because they're excited, and now they're throwing huge they're getting all the students together so they can cheer them on, and no one has a clue what's going on, and then all of a sudden we just walk in, and the smiles on people's faces and the tears and just the joy of it.
That's
I
awesome.
loved it.
That just gave me the chills.
We walked into it last time. It was cool. I became a jungle gym. There, the kids were jumping on this kind of stuff, and it's just cool to see the teacher's face. Like, okay, wait, why are you disrupting my class? You're walking with the principal,
right?
All of a sudden we got these blue blazers on. We're walking in and saying, okay, we want to give this to your teacher. Your teacher's doing this, and the kids all sit down and they're all looking at them like, oh, and the teacher becomes a hero.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is. It helps them, and it helps us, and it helps the community. In that part.
Yeah. Speaking of the community, this weekend we had the 4th Avenue Street Fair going on, which brings in millions for our local economy.
Yep.
Do we have an idea how much the bowl brings in during that last week? I know it's a legit curveball I'm throwing it.
I'm not really sure. I know that we are probably in the top 5 events in the greater Tucson area,
right?
And bringing in revenue, into Tucson. But we don't just have that effect. We have an everlasting effect because we're constantly outreaching. We're constantly looking to do more events in the community for our sponsors about the bowl. So, especially growing.
The more the people know about the bowl. We beginning of the topic, like this on the 8 ball and some things. I mean, our run, Eric's leadership this year gets standing up there. Everyone needs to know about the bowl, and it's still a hidden secret. It's kind of I'm going to say it is a hidden secret out there that we still need to get out there and do that stuff. Around University of Arizona, it's well known. But even our own communities, we need to get it outreach a little bit farther. So it's a drive. I mean, the football helmets for the kids, for Friday Night Lights, those things. That is helping get them out, get the word out there, and that kind of stuff. The more we can do as the Blue Blazers, or more people getting out there and touching the people and saying, what is the story? Like this right here. We're doing outreach right now.
Right, exactly.
Well, this has never really been done in the process in the past, talking about what we can do. And that's just something we need to do as the board members, the community members, and all that stuff, just adopt it. Eric, we sat down. The first thing we did with, there's that big bike race here. It's the first time I think the 2 in the top 5 have actually partnered together. In anything.
Right. And the bowl, we want to do more and more of that. So, we want to join other activities and be part of that and help raise money for them and help raise money for ourselves so we can give back to them and other events. There's a couple of really good events coming up that we're going to try to partner with also.
Yeah, David, this is your first year as a Blue Blazer. What has impressed you the most about this group and what you're going to be involved in?
It's been amazing, Shawn, and thank you for getting me involved.
Hey, yeah. Well, it goes both ways. I mean, the group adores you. We all love you, and you hustle, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're sexy too.
Made me feel really good. Thanks, Jeff. No, but in all seriousness, though, it's been great. I mean, the passion, the everyone that's involved. I mean, like Eric, when I first met you, man, you're like open arms.
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome people.
Yeah.
Awesome people, great cause, and and the events are amazing.
I do have to say you made a really good impression because we all met at Triton 2. And then when we got up to pay our bill, and we're like, "Oh yeah, David already took care of the bill." I told you he was cool, guys.
Wow, I missed that one.
You missed that one, yeah.
It wasn't that long of a meeting. I mean,
It was a 1 beer and 1 water meeting.
It was a good time.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Got it.
That's
Got
what
it.
was.
Crackers for appetizers.
It wasn't the brainstorming meetings we have.
No, we were there a couple hours. It was a good time.
Yeah. So, what are you guys anticipating for the game itself? 2 great schools. I know we got to kind of be down the middle on this and say both teams are going to be great. But
I'm going to go with an Ali Farhang saying that we're going to overtime, baby.
We're going to overtime.
It's game time.
Yeah.
Overtime. Keep it
Kim
going.
Adair, our executive director. That's her favorite saying. What time it is? And
Yeah.
we love to yell game time. But we got this record going. We're in overtime or last 20 seconds of the game. You don't want to leave. That's for sure. This isn't. Where fourth quarter you're like, maybe it's over.
That's when the game starts.
This is when all of a sudden.
What's funny is if you watch the betting odds aspect of it, for that part and ties, how they normally are like, they're up there high. Last year's was actually dropped.
Really?
Because of that. Now, can you imagine this year's? I just like I'm an analytic kind of guy. I want to see that and see, hey, what is it really going to affect? Because how many times we're going to overtime? Every time. I mean,
the last 3 years we're in either the last second or we're in overtime, and some incredible play is done to win it.
Yeah.
But that just tells you the product we're bringing. We're bringing a game back and forth. It's not like, we got a blowout. Okay, we got this one. So
right.
We're bringing games. I mean, these guys come to play.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's awesome.
And these players are having a great time. I mean, the players from Ohio, a lot of these have never been out, to the west of the desert.
Right.
So they come out here and all of a sudden they're staying at, these incredible resorts where we have the players staying. And they wake up in the morning and they're looking up at a mountain going, what's going on
I've never seen a mountain before.
Yeah, and the wildlife.
I'm going, are you really serious? You've never seen a mountain? I've never seen a mountain before.
What's
And
that
the wildlife.
What's that thing with the needles all over
Yeah.
it?
Or to see a coyote or a road runner and
or a javelina. And then you got, guys going, hey, can we we can take those down, right? Like, no. Guys, the wildlife that's out here is not for fun. They bite back.
What's a rattlesnake?
Jeff, when you got in this morning, we're talking about the attendance record. Do you happen to know ballpark what the record attendance is?
It's around 41.
41?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's 41.4, but don't quote me on that one, that part.
Yeah.
And that was Wisconsin in that process. And then we had, back in the day, they had New Mexico. We talked about this, New Mexico and Arizona.
Yeah.
For that one, for the Inside.com Bowl, which held the record for, it was just over 41 there.
Okay.
But it's meant to be broken. Let's break it.
Yeah, we got to break the record, too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so go to the ArizonaBowl.com, I believe it is, right?
How many tickets have been sold so far to date?
I am not sure where we're
Kim
at.
Adair, will you please call in and let us know?
We need Eric Rhodes if you could let us know that breakdown.
Yeah.
But I think we're somewhere like 15, 16,000 already, and that doesn't include the 5 going to each, 5,000 going to each school, so that's
Tucson,
25.
Which for Tucson, that's a pretty good head start. Because again, Jeff and I were talking about this earlier. It's like we are notorious for last minute, you know what I mean? So last minute sales.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have ticket booth at the, you can definitely go online at the tailgate. Since you're having so much fun at the tailgate, you want to carry it into the stadium. You can buy tickets right there too.
Well, you can generally see how popular it is because the tailgates are full. That lawn that is packed, and then it's just like, okay, then I'm going to walk in. So I actually don't know how many walk-up tickets we sell at the last minute kind of thing. That'd be kind of I haven't looked at that statistics wise. But
that'd be kind of cool to find out.
It would be. It would be kind of. Actually, I'd like Ollie and those guys like that ahead of time. We all would. But because all that money goes to our thing.
Don't worry. Last minute.
What are our guesses for attendance this year? I'm going to guess 45-1. 45,100. That's my guess. Eric?
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 45,002.
Oh, you
It's
played
like
that.
the Price is Right,
Price
baby.
is Right. Yeah.
Just take them out.
46,107.
Oh,
Jeez.
breaking the
46.
record.
Very
like that.
optimistic.
What do you think, Jeff?
I'm going to say we're going to be right around the 45 mark.
45? Okay.
Yeah. I
Right.
just sold out. There we go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do
winner,
that. That's what
Danny
it's all
Room.
about.
winner buys around at Barnyard.
All right.
All right.
The winner does.
The winner does. Yeah. Eric. That's what you give for Bob Barker.
Let's just do this. Let's just do this. Eric can do the transportation. We'll do the things that
Okay,
way.
there
Okay.
you go.
We'll co-op it that way.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'll get everybody home safely.
That's the important thing.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody, thanks for listening to this very special episode of the Marketing Corner. I hope if you're a small business owner, you're looking forward to the last week of December. Arizona Bowl, December 28th at Arizona Stadium, 2:30. We'll see you there.
Tailgate starts